महात्मा गांधी की वो किताब थी ना, माई एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विद द ट्रूथ, मेरी किताब बनने वाली है माई एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विद माई बॉडी और डाइट. What's up guys? So another hazy, smoggy morning in New Delhi, and I'm out for a cycle ride. First I'm going to get the air topped up in my wheels, tires, and then see where I head next. But today I thought I'm going to talk about my experience of walking 15,000 steps a day for a couple of months, for 60 days, and we'll talk about hot points, maybe in some other blog, maybe in this one. I have written about hot points on my blog, shashankagarwal.com. It's a Google thing. So primarily right now I'm talking about 15,000 steps. I am 42, 5 feet 5 and a half, 100 kgs. I mean sliver under 100 kgs, and for last few months I've been trying to do over 100 steps. So where are we right now? This is November. So for October and September I managed to clock around over 15,000 steps every day, besides some other activities. And a month before that I was able to do around 3,200 steps, right? And this month again I am averaging over 100, 3,200. I'm a little confused between the hot points and the steps, right? But yeah, let's stick to 15,000 number and the steps, and we are talking about October and September, right? The month before that as well I did a good number. I'll share that later. And this month as well I'm doing a decent number, but those 2 months were intense in terms of hard points. I think in a month I clocked around 4,000, and the next one I clocked around 4,200, right? 4,400 hard points, right? So what has changed, right? I think number one, I mean it's really difficult to sustain those activity levels purely by the virtue of the time it takes and the time you need to spend collecting those points and numbers, right? Unless and until it's part of your daily routine, and you have to do that because you have to walk to the metro station, or you are a salesperson and you end up walking that much in a day, or you work in the field, or you do something, you know, which requires you to do that. But for someone like me who is a computer guy and, you know, sits on his desk all day long, does not have to go to an office or whatever, right? Chair to bed, bed to chair relationship. You have to take out time, right? There is no need. You have to push yourself to get those numbers, to get that activity under your belt, right? Our mind is tuned to be lazy. For 2 months, I have been trying to push myself and do higher numbers and to see how my body behaves, and I'll share some insights about it. So how do we break this down? What has not changed? Okay, let's start from that. My weight, my overall gross weight it still keeps on hovering around 100, 99, 98, 99, 100. I mean, so that has stayed put, and I would say that is only depressing or negative part, if there is any, right? Even though I don't believe it to be any kind of negativity or, you know, it's okay. More important was for me in this game to get my hard points, to get my stamina, to work on my overall mobility, you know, to get the game going, to get me in a position where I'm able to at least be on my feet for 2 hours, 3 hours in a day without really, cribbing. I think भैया ने अभी अभी खोला ही है एकदम, आयो भी ऐसे घुमा लें, ये तो उठा के यहीं रख देंगे। बोलो कहाँ रख दें इसके?
इधर को मुंह घुमाओ,
इधर को घुमा ही दें।
आए थे जो आएगा फिर इधर से चालू कर दो।
ठीक है भाई जी। हाँ। Getting some air in. Sorry for the interruption, boys and girls, ladies and gents. मैं मेन रोड पे आ गया हूँ, मेरे को अंदर जाना पड़ेगा। आई थिंक इट्स टू लाउड हेयर। आई गॉट द हवा में टायर में हवा, एंड उसके बाद मैं आया बाहर। मैंने कहा थोड़ा लॉन्ग राइड पे चलते हैं, बट भाई यहाँ तो जहाज उड़ रहे हैं एकदम, और मेरी फट रही है। मतलब इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि भाई रोड नॉइज़ इतनी है तो मज़ा नहीं आएगा। तो थोड़ा अंदर की तरफ चलते हैं, एंड देन आई एम गोना टॉक अबाउट continue talking about the 15,000 steps, those 2 months, right? Okay, so where I was. Okay, guys. So the weight itself, right, has not gone down. It has been around 98 to 100 for the entire duration. The thing is, the more I was pushing myself, gaining those hard points, my body was kind of asking for more food, right? More nutrition, more nourishment, right? It needed those calories, and I tried very hard to not to give it those calories, not to eat, and ये देखो भाई को मतलब ओवरटेक करके फिर मुड़ रहे हैं भाई, जनरली नहीं संभालने वाले हैं। तो अब ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने कोशिश नहीं करी। इट्स नॉट दैट आई डिड नॉट ट्राई to eat less. I tried very hard, but it really became a pain, literally. मतलब body started to give up. I mean, I was not able to sleep. It was aching all over, and there were aches, right? Stomach ache, all kinds of things were happening, and once you have food, and it's suddenly normal, right? So you know that it's the calories which your body is kind of missing. And I mean, I did not want to push myself beyond a certain limit, right? What's the point, right? As long as I'm getting the activity and I'm getting the proper nutrition. So I was conscious. I tried to be conscious not to eat, all kinds of junk. I tried to give my body only good food, more protein. However, I don't think I was 100% up to the mark, but even if I was 50-60% up to the mark, and I was able to give my body some nice nutrition, nicer nutrition than the usual junk, right? Good protein, good fat, good food, I mean, it's worth it, right? And I mean, the primary agenda was also, I mean, of course, weight loss is always welcome. I'm heavily overweight. However, more important for me was to, as mentioned earlier, right, to get the stamina going, to get my body used to moving a lot, to mostly to get the endurance, to get the stamina, to get the length, to be able to spend the day doing things. And 2 months down the line, 2.5 months down the line, despite the weight being same, there has been a tremendous change in how I feel and move, right? Even though I find it difficult to sustain those activity levels in terms of at least my app, but then I realized that I have been doing multiple activities in a day. I go out to play some badminton, I do some cycling, I do a lot of walking, and it's kind of okay, right? I don't feel dead or depleted. I mean, sometimes I do, but however, most of the times my body is kind of now ready to go, right? I don't remember being this active kind of a person. I mean, it was like, okay, everything was a pain. Now it's like, okay, I mean, there's still pains, but it's not like I have to think that if I can do this or not, right? I'm not talking about extreme activities or sports or things like that, but the basic things, right? If you have to go out and work or party or do something for 7 hours, 8 hours, be on your feet. I was not confident that I would be able to do that. But now I feel that, okay, I am getting there, right? I have not lost that ability. At least I have recovered some of it, right? So just to be on your feet for so many hours. I mean, for me, I'm not used to it. I probably I'm just stupid. But then, yeah, we all have our own issues and conditions, right? So let's not get into there of vice, right? But the thing is that after 2 months, I feel a lot more control of my energy levels. I might not have lost the weight, but I certainly feel better about my body. I think my muscle mass have gone up. I did do some basic weight training, not in any structure. I mean, some push-ups, some stretches, some dumbbells. I mean, nothing serious, just to kind of maintain some basic muscle mass. But and it has been effective. It has its own things. Like I did not work out on my shoulders, so now I see a gaping gap there compared to my triceps. That's the disadvantage of not going in a structure. But then it's okay, we all learn our things. And yeah, what else? So yeah, the point is, right now I am not running I'm more of a digital person. I'm spending a lot of time on my computer and my mobile and devices. However, I want to be in a position where I am able to always be ready to get up and go. And even if I have to work on a shop floor for 8 hours or do something which requires me to be mobile all day long, I don't want to be in a position where I'm not able to do that just because I've been sitting on my ass for 20 years and working on a computer, right? So that's kind of, after this strenuous activity, I think that has gone. I feel that I'm ready to go all the time. The laziness is kind of, yeah, that's the word I will use, the laziness is kind of gone, at least from my body. Can't say about my mind right now. I still spend a lot of time, procrastinating, but I will not judge myself because I spend a lot of time doing as well. Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah. So managing 15,000 steps a day, I mean, as I said, if you are not going to office or you are not going to work, it will take some time, even if you are a kind of a runner, I would assume under 1 hour, it's not something that you can do on a every daily basis, right? But if you manage it around multiple windows in a day, trust me, life becomes a lot more easier, right? Like 30, 40, like 3, 4,000, 5,000 steps at a time, and you do it 3-4 times in a day, and sometimes pre-meal, sometimes post-meal, sometimes after waking up, sometimes before sleeping. I mean, there's so many things, so many ways to adjust those half an hour or 15-20 minute strolls in your system, right? So that's how you kind of go about doing that. And yeah, the problem is, how do I keep myself entertained while doing these banal activities? And here I am trying to do this podcast and keep myself entertained by talking to this fucking camera. And thankfully it's not weird anymore. It's normal and it's accepted. Long gone are the times when you would have been considered stupid. And what I do is I put a headphone on my head as well, so which gives me an impression that I'm talking on the headphone, so I think I am kind of saved. But yeah, okay, just got in a situation. But yeah, going back on the track. I lost my track there. So yeah, the thing about weight loss, bro, I eat a lot. I mean, and I have not been eating properly in terms of like macros because unfortunately I don't have my own kitchen right now and I'm living off my mom. So, and online food ordering, and it's a fairly complicated situation, purely vegetarian household, and me being Narbakshi. So I'm managing somehow, some way or the other. But that's the situation right now. But overall, yeah, I think I have enough to say. Oh, घंटी तो बजा ले भाई. यार मैं थोड़ा अपना हेडफोन कम कर लेता हूँ. ये तो ट्रैफिक का टाइम है ना. ओह भाई. So what else? Activity levels, yes. High activity levels, high food requirements. Magar, the point is, don't give junk food, don't give shitty food, don't give processed food to the system. Give high quality food, high quality nutrition, eat a lot of protein, eat a lot of unprocessed fat, eat a lot of whole carbs rather than, going processed. So that way is, even though your body is consuming a lot of food, but you are giving it the top quality nutrition, and you're helping your stamina and your endurance and your overall energy levels become better. And I think I have to test it long enough to realize that, okay, what happens if I sustain these energy levels for a prolonged period of time? Will my appetite go down? Will my body get used to eating lesser while doing more? In theory, it should. Yeah, in theory, it should. But let's see how it rolls. Let's see how it rolls. महात्मा गांधी की वो किताब थी ना, My Experiments with the Truth. मेरी किताब बनने वाली है My Experiments with My Body और डाइट. कुछ ना कुछ आरएनडी चलती रहती है. बट चलो, दिल लगा रहता है. Privileged we are. That the problem is not that we don't have enough on our plate to eat. The problem is that we have too much to that we have to resist eating. Yeah, I mean, food for thought. Damn, food again. Shit. Okay, on for the last hurrah. Hot points कितने हुए मेरे? $78, $58. Oh, chacha. Ooh. So great quality nutrition. Okay, a very important aspect of being able to do those kind of numbers in boring situations is to have absolutely great music collection and a lot of things to listen to, probably podcasts and YouTube videos, lectures, audiobooks. I mean, the n number of things which I try, but honestly speaking, I'm a pretty, I don't know, I get bored very easily, whatever condition you want to give it. So there are times when I find myself absolutely bored, and if I have something to listen to, something that keeps my head on for like a couple of hours, I can keep walking. I'm like lost in that, and I can do that. But otherwise, I get bored and I get like lost, and okay, I don't want to do it. Let's get back to my computer and whatever. But then these are the challenges I'm working on, and I mean, I think I'll overcome. I'm aware about them now. Yeah. Oh, trust me, guys, cycling and talking, and that too in this fucking Delhi AQI, I don't think it's a very great idea. Well, I don't think it's a very bad idea as well. What does not kill you makes you stronger. As long as I think the AQI seems to be nice today. When it was too bad, I was not out. You can see the sun. There's some sunlight. Yeah, it's a big deal in Delhi. It's winter's bitches. And it's gonna get worse, colder, darker. Ooh. Okay, part of life. Every place has this winters, man, wherever you go, except for maybe down south. It's going to be the same challenging situation. Can't do much about it.